What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I'm your host, as always, Evil Eddie. We are not in studio as we usually are, but we have a special guest for everybody here today on Pure Evil MMA. Fabio Cherant. What's going on, Fabio? How you doing, boss?
Nothing much. I'm doing all right. Just grinding. I was supposed to fight last Friday, but
yeah. Let's jump into that. For everybody out there that's not familiar with what's going on with you, they've heard you here on Pure Evil MMA a bunch of times. As a matter of fact, I've had a lot of people follow you between Twitter, Facebook, after hearing your interview here on Pure Evil MMA, and we've been so excited to see how you're going to blossom. Now, you had an upcoming fight for CES this past weekend. It was a big show, supposed to be on UFC Fight Pass. Tell us the process of it and what happened. Why didn't we get to see you fight?
The process of it was pretty stressful because it was a short notice fight. Getting ready, cutting a lot of weight, and like I say, like fight week. I traveled all the way down to my buddy's house that lived in Connecticut just so I can get a better grip on my weight cut, so I can focus more. And I mean, like I was doing everything I needed to do, and then the day of weigh-ins.
Well, really quick, Fabio, how much time did you have when you found out you had this fight? You say it was short notice, so how much time did you have to prepare?
About 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, maybe less than 3 weeks. I didn't have much time. I was already in shape, because I thought I was fighting on the card from before, so I was getting ready for the fight anyways. But then I wasn't on the card, and I guess because due to the location change, they were having problems landing me an opponent. So I kind of just said, screw it, you know what? I'm just gonna train and get ready for their May card or June card. And like a week or so went by, and Pat hit me up and was like, "Hey, can you make 195?" And I told him yes, and I didn't even check my weight yet, And then the next day I checked my weight, I was pretty damn heavy, so I automatically started attacking my weight cut and got all the way down to 3 pounds out, and found out I'm not fighting, so it's pretty stressful.
Well, listen, like I saw your post on social media. You're saying, like, let people know where you're originally from, because when you say you're from, or you were in Connecticut, I mean, that was what, a 2-hour drive for you to get to Connecticut, because this event was in Connecticut.
Yeah, just about. It was 2 hours. I'm actually living in Bridgewater right now. So I left my house from Bridgewater and went all the way to Vernon, which where my buddy was, and I started my weight cut there. And then my intentions were to drive to a gym that's like a few minutes away from where weigh-ins was going to be and finish my weight cut. And as I'm doing that, I get hit up and told about what's going on and notified about my opponent. And that's
what was that notification, Fabio? What did that say?
My opponent wasn't answering. They don't know where he is at, and just a couple other stuff. I didn't want to get too crazy into detail about it.
What was your reaction when you heard that? How were you feeling?
My reaction when I first found out, when I first read the message, was like, "What the fuck," And then as soon as I like recollected myself and thought about it, I was like, "What do you want me to do about my weight?" And that's where I was more pissed about. I cut all this weight and for nothing. Like, it messed with my head a little bit, because like I said, I cut a lot of weight in a very short time. It's not like I had a lot of time to walk around though, or get my weight down gradually. I kind of just went at it right away as soon as I found out that I had to fight.
So in a position like that, when you're going through that, cutting weight, driving around trying to get, your medicals and everything done, you think, even if you don't get weighed in, do you think you should get paid at least a little bit
I don't, like, you know, I speak my mind. I don't really care what people think, you know. But a lot of people kind of jumped on the bandwagon when I made a post saying that promotions don't give a shit about fighters. It's true. At the end of the day, promoters only care about people who are bringing them money. And it doesn't, I'm not trying to start any drama or anything like that. If anybody gets offended at that, then that's crazy, because it's 100% true. No promoter cares about a no-name fighter that doesn't do anything for them, you know what I mean? So it's like, for anybody that gets offended, that's crazy.
I saw a lot of fighters back you up, Fabio. There was a ton of fighters that backed you up after, you know, messaging that out on Facebook.
And to continue off what you were saying, I mean, like CES did a lot for me. You know, the couple of weeks preparing for the fight with the medicals and stuff like that, and I think things could have went differently, but the fact that people, like, I did see like some people saying just attacking at CES and like individually, and it's not just a CES, it's every fucking promotion, you know.
Yeah.
And I took a hit for it, and I'm like, look, I'm just speaking my mind, you know. I did a lot to get ready for these past couple of weeks, and at the end of the day, I didn't get shit for it. You
Listen,
know?
Fabio, listen really quick on that statement when you say I did a lot. Let these listeners know what a lot means. Like, what did you have to go through? Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand what fighters have to go through. Don't give them enough credit. So what did you have to go through in that time?
I mean, like, so when I first got the call, I was 230 pounds.
Okay.
If I can make 195, and you do the math on how big of a cut that is in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had the opportunity to start a new job, but I solely just wanted to focus on this fight, because I know if I started the new job, I wasn't going to get an opportunity to get the time off for the fight, so I requested that I started after the fight. And expected, which is kind of my fault, you know. I was expecting that I would actually fight and get a purse, blah, 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 so I could pay off the bills. It's your fault because you trusted
in a promotion, you know.
But the fact that none of that stuff happened, it hit me pretty deep, you know. But yeah, so with weight cut, driving around, doing medicals,
you're working. You're literally out there working, even though you're not at the weigh-ins. You didn't make it to the weigh-ins. You didn't make it to fight night. You're still working. So, like, I feel like you should get a little bit of money for that. And I feel like a lot of fighters will understand that. And I want people to understand that you guys are working before these weigh-ins go down. If you're taking a fight on short notice, you're accepting something, and you're considered, you know, an employee at that. So I don't feel like that's fair that it went down the way it did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sweating that part too much, you know. Like, okay. The biggest thing I'm pissed off about is just not getting a chance to fight, you know.
Okay.
Like I said, I did a lot in those 2.5, 3 weeks to get ready for the fight, and I did what I had to do. I showed up on the scale. Well, I was going to show up on the scale. I traveled 2 hours to do so, you know. And I made sure that I showed up to where I needed to be a day before, so I didn't have to travel while cutting weight or anything like that. So I did what I had to do to get ready, and at the end of the day, nothing to show for it, you know. There was a fight offered to me, but the guy that they offered it to me wasn't cutting any weight. I was, you know, so it's like, come on, you know, it's kind of like a terrible thing. Not terrible, you know, but it was not a smart move by me to take a fight like that on such short notice when I was getting ready for somebody that I already beat, you know? So it's like, like I said, if people want to get upset at me by making a simple comment of saying promoters or promotions don't care about fighters, I mean, it's like the past couple of months I've been seeing a bunch of stuff about promotions screwing fighters over, and when I noticed something like that, it happened to me, I just mentioned it, you know, and everybody took it to the next level, you know.
Well,
like
Fabio,
I said, I'm thankful for CES paying for my medicals and all the stuff they did, but like at the end of the day, I fucking be pissed. I can't be pissed. Like I didn't tag CES in the thing. I didn't say, hey, CES promotion sucks. They fucked me over. Nothing. I said promotions. I didn't say cage titans. I didn't say combat zone. I didn't say anything. I didn't pick out any specific promotion. I just said promotions don't give a fuck about fighters at the end of the day. Am I lying? Am I lying? If you're not making them a lot of money, am I lying? You know, I'm just the type of person that realizes a lot of things, and I just say it. I don't really think about what people are gonna say to me. I don't really care what people have to say to me. I'm speaking my mind. You know, it's not nothing.
You know
bad.
your worth is what you're saying. You know your worth as a fighter.
I didn't take any digs at anybody. I just said promotions. You know, like I said, am I supposed to give credit to promotions? You like for whatever. Like every single time I fought, like CES is the reason why I'm 4-0. Like, I'm not gonna freaking just come out there and say, hey, CES, you guys fuck me through all this shit. I didn't do any of that. Through everything that happened with my promotion, with my fight, I didn't go on there. I didn't go on anything and say anything bad. I said, hey, guys, I won't be fighting. My opponent had some issues, and I even got on somebody because they posted about what happened with my opponent, and I was fucking pissed off about that, because there's no need to be posting on social media why my opponent couldn't make it to the fight. Just say, hey, he had a personal issue. That's it. Like, there's no need, you know. Like I get the media guys. You guys are trying to make a living too, or trying to make your name, but there's certain ways to go about it, you know? Yeah. Like I'm not gonna personally throw digs at somebody for what reason? To get more attention? No, there's other ways to get attention. Like for me, I speak my mind. Every post I do, it's coming from me. I don't the meanings, everything behind what I say is thought out, and I would never go on social media and personally bash somebody. I mean, like, I've done it with like opponents, but that's just a joke. Yeah, you know,
of course. Like, it's promoting yourself to make more money.
After every single fight, who do you see go up and give their opponents a hug? Me. I give them a hug and I tell them, great match, thank you for the work. Good luck with the rest of your career. Yeah. I have no hate for anybody in the sport. But if I see something I don't like, I'm going to say it, you know? But I'm not, like, this is a frustrating sport.
And Fabio, I saw a lot of fighters agree with you. But let me ask you this one last question. How would you have liked to see this handled? And how do you think this should have been answered so this doesn't ever happen again? That's the last question. How should have this been handled?
I don't know, man. I'm not in their shoes. At the end of the day, I'm not in their shoes, so I don't know. It's tough for me. I would say I could do this and that, and when it actually happens, hey, what the, like, it's a whole different ballgame. For me, I could say, hey, maybe have like a little list of fighters on call, ready to go
for backup.
If something like this happens. Like, there's two scratch fights because two opponent issues. Like, maybe have two like a couple of different opponents ready to go. If something like that happens, hit them up and see where if they're able to do it, you know. But then they got to go through commissions, which Connecticut commissions is kind of a pain in the ass, you know. And like, I had to deal with that with CES throughout. And I think that's what my biggest frustration is the most out of all of it, is having to deal with Connecticut commission, because they're a little ridiculous with the stuff, you know. I had to redo all my medicals, and that was.
What do you mean you had to redo all your medicals?
All my medicals. All my medicals. I had to redo all of them that I just did a year ago because one, my EKG, my T waves were too close. Like it's just tedious stuff. I had to do my blood work over, but I think my blood work I needed to redo anyways. And a physical, and then I had to do a brain test or whatever it is. It was just like, come on, man. Like all of this on a 2.5 week notice. And it was just stressful. It was stressful. It was one thing after another. I had to do my physical over because that was man,
So what's the lesson that you learned through all of this? And what can we expect for the rest of this year? I mean, if you could answer that question.
I learned just like you gotta just be prepared for bullshit like this, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to like blame solely the promotion because it is way more to it than that.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking to what I'm saying about promotions. Don't give a fuck about fighters. I'm still sticking to it, but I'm not throwing any shade at anybody, any promotion like that I fought for. You know, so people don't get offended by what I'm saying now, but I just learned that I just got to be more prepared, you know, have different stuff drawn out in case stuff like this happens, you know.
Is it safe to say that you won't take another, or you'll at least be hesitant about taking another fight on short notice? At least in Connecticut.
That's tough. You know, I can't really that's what I'm signed up for, you know. Like,
yeah,
if I'm getting ready for a fight, opponent falls through, they have another opponent. Hey, whatever, you know. But if they hit me up for, if any promotion hits me up for a short notice fight, I'm not no. But like, I know from my stand of view, if I'm hit up for a short notice fight and I'm able to make it, I'm gonna show up. You know, if I accept it, I'm gonna do whatever I can to show up. But in my opponent's situation, he wasn't able to. You know, and I can't really be upset at the situation, at what happened, because I know what happened, and shit happens, and you just gotta take it on the chin and move on. You know, can't control that stuff. That's some serious stuff. You know, so I hope the best happens with that situation for my opponent, and he can clear himself up.
Let me ask you this one last question before we let you go. How do you think the UFC would have dealt with this, you know, compared to any other promotion? Do you think it would have been the same result?
I mean, the UFC, it's a little bit different because I feel like you gotta show up, and they would hit you up way before.
Yeah.
Or you show up to the scale anyways, weigh in. But or they have somebody. I'm not sure. I'm not there, so I can't really say what happens in their situation. But from what I've seen, they're pretty professional. They're pretty good about it. They have plan Bs pretty fast drawn up. So. But that promotion's pretty goddamn big compared to some other promotions, so you can't really compare it to any local promotions, you know.
So Fabio, we have 60 seconds left in this interview. What can we expect next for you? I mean, at least, can you answer this question? In your mind, if there's a blank slate, how many times would you like to fight this year at least, moving forward?
So my intentions are to fight 4 more times this year. I'm not fighting till July. After that, I want to get in there a couple more times and have a good 2019. You know.
Awesome, Fabio. And this is my last question, man. How have you been outside the fighting world, man? How are things going for you? I mean, you've been on Pure Evil MMA so many times. A lot of my listeners love hearing from you. So, man, how have you been outside the MMA realm? What have you been up to?
Life, you know. I'm 24 years old. You just living life, learning as I go. struggling, surviving, just keep breathing, you know. So live, like I said, live and learn. Taking it one day at a time, and what happens tomorrow happens. What doesn't happen doesn't happen, you know. But yeah, I'm just living right now, trying to progress in this sport and progress in my personal life, you know.
Let me get this one last quote from you so I can put it on the Instagram page. Do you think this whole Conor McGregor thing is real? Do you think he's going to retire? Do you think he's going to come back? What was your take on that?
No, I don't think it's real. I think Conor's just being a businessman, like he always is. He's always planning out something. And he's just, like I said, he wants part of the UFC. And I think he's going to get what he wants, and he's going to be back. And,
all right, last question. Did you try his whiskey?
Oh, hell yeah.
Was it good or what? Like, out of a scale of 10, what would you rate it?
It's pretty damn good.
What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm not much of a whiskey guy. I like rum more than anything, but I'd give it like a 7.5.
Oh, that's pretty damn good. All right, Fabio, I want to thank you so much for joining us once again here on Pure Evil MMA. Man, when I say I'm excited to see what happens in 2019 with you, I mean
Get
that
ready,
times
baby.
10, man. Like, I can't even tell you how excited I am. I've been telling everybody, you know, if there's 5 fighters this year to keep your eye on, you're one of the 5. So, guys, make sure to follow Fabio. Fabio, you want to throw out your social media tags for everybody to give you a follow?
Follow me on Buffalo MMA 8 on Twitter, Facebook. Find me, on Instagram and Twitter, Buffalo MMA 8. On Facebook, it's just my name, Fabio Cherant. Or find my number and text me. Don't do that, but
we'll have all the links down below for you guys, Fabio. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless.
You too, boss.
There you guys go, Fabio Cherant. I got to go back inside. I got to deal with, my friends, my family, and I got so much more for you coming this week. Subscribe down below. Follow me on Twitter at evil_echo. That's EVIL_ECCO. Also on Instagram at Pure Evil MMA_. I'm Evil Eddie. White knuckles to the end. Remember, without evil, there's no purity. Behave yourselves.